All right, ready. This is going to be part 3 of my EDC everyday carry. I thought I'd do just a real quick video on the defensive weapons that I will carry on a daily basis. As many of you might know, I'm an avid collector of guns and knives, and I have a lot of different things. But I'm just going to go over 3 today. 3 of the ones that I carry most often. And I'll first start with my pistol. It is a Glock 43 single stack 9mm. I'm sure most of you have seen one of these. My only complaint with this gun is that without the extender on the mag, it is way too small, but with the extension, it's actually a perfect size. Really like the gun. I just recently got into Glocks probably a couple years ago. Never really had the interest. I always thought they looked kind of bland and boring, but that's the point. It's not supposed to be a flashy gun. It's just a very dependable firearm, and it is very dependable, very easy to break down and clean and put back together. I mean, you can buy all kinds of bells and whistles for it, but other than the extended clip, I did put some texture on the grip here. But yeah, I really like this pistol. I use I forget who makes these, but I mean they're basically just concealed carry hollow points, yeah, lost my train of thought there for a second. But you can buy all kinds of bells and whistles for these guns, but you know, I like most of my stuff stock. When you start messing around with the mechanics, you're messing around with the intended purpose for the gun, and I just want it to be reliable. And as you know, if you're carrying it concealed, you know, it's pretty much a point blank range weapon. But actually, this little pistol is pretty accurate at about 25 yards. I mean, I can group 6 to 8 inch pattern, which is pretty good for such a little gun with such a short little barrel. But that's usually what I carry. I like the single stacks because they don't print as much as a double stack. Some people say, well, you don't have the capacity, but you know, concealed carry situations, you're hoping that you don't have to shoot a bunch of times. But I do carry a couple backup clips in my day bag, and I do have carry an extra one in my pocket if necessary. And I just go with a basic outside the pants holster. I hate inside the pants, especially I'm a big guy. I've tried a lot of them, but none of them are comfortable. Plus, I want to be able to draw quickly, so I always just have it on my side. And being a big guy, I can wear like a shirt down over or whatever, and you really can't see it. And luckily, I do live in a state where you can open carry, and it's not a big deal. And I do, like when I'm riding my motorcycle, I just open carry. It's not a big deal. So that's the pistol of choice at the moment. I have 2 knives that I carry. The first one is a Emerson. I forget the model number on this, but it's a good. It's not an overly big knife, but it is big enough that I can get my whole hand on, which is very important. And I love the wave feature on these knives. I mean, you can pull it out of your pocket, catch and open on its own, but it also has a nice little. Actually, I put that on there. I think it's a 45. I have my glasses on. Yeah, that's a 40. No, that's a 40. Yeah, 40. It's basically just ground it down, put a little set screw through it, just give it a little personality. I like to put little lanyards on my knives just so I can get it out of my pocket quicker if I need to. This one, the Emerson knives really only had, it was only ground to one side ground down, and the reason for that was the man who made these knives wanted them to be really good to use in the field, so that you literally could sharpen it like on a rock or something. I mean, they're not going to be razor sharp anyway. They're more to be a defensive weapon than something you would be using to, you know, do a lot of cutting with. They're more of a weapon. I like the end. You know, you watch people on YouTube and they're explaining the knives, and they know every little part. And all I know is it's a good knife. And if I did have to stick someone or something with it, my hand's not gonna slide up the blade. I like this it's got a lot of recess here to get my hand on, and the G10 scales on the side are real nice. I like the thumb placement right here. I like how that goes up like that. And I like this style of blade better than any. It has a lot of meat on it. But I did grind it down to both sides to give it a good edge on it, because I use a knife for everything. I cut about everything, and I want it to be able to cut paper and stuff and be razor sharp. So, and it's a decent steel. I don't know what type of steel this is, but it's decent. It keeps the blade edge long enough. I mean, I probably sharpen it every other month or something like that. Yeah, but it's a good knife. I keep it in my front pocket, and pretty much use this thing every day. This is my go-to right now. I have a ton. I got a lot of other knives, but you know, I always seem to keep going back to this one. Just really like it. Now this next one is a fixed blade. I wear on the back, the kidney hole style. It has one of these little clips. Let me see if I can get it apart. Yeah, see, got one of these. I basically, I wear this one to my weak side. My pistol and stuff I draw right-handed, and my pocket knife's right, but you know, I have this one set up to the weak side in the back. This is forget what this actually came with the knife. Let me see if I can get back here, folks. I thought I fixed this focusing problem. But yeah, this is a Ontario Knives USA. It's called the Rat 3. Saw a lot of good reviews on it. It's a good fixed blade knife. I mean, I'm sure the steel is nothing spectacular, but with a fixed blade, I always want a serrated portion for cutting rope and things. And it has good scales. They're a little smooth, but like I said, this is just a backup knife. And the way I have it set up, I really don't even notice it back there. It's short enough, and I'm big enough that you really can't tell it's back there. And it's a very reasonably priced knife. I think I paid like $75 for it or something like that. And this little belt holster thing, it's made to be adjustable to different sizes of belts, and it does have 2 locks on it, so it locks that way, and then this thing flips down. And I've never had an issue with it moving. And I'll actually put it to the right of a belt loop so that it always catches and doesn't slide back and forth. And I'll probably review my belt at some point, but I have a 511 tactical belt that I wear every day that I love. I actually have 2 of them, but the one I have on right now is my favorite, so I'll probably review that too. But yeah, those are my 3 go-tos for carrying at the moment, and that's it. I'll talk to you later.